Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start with the reported speech. Reported speech. Reported speech. It means الكلام المنقول. So, in English, we have two kinds of speech. نوعين من الكلام. The first one is the direct speech, and the second one is the reported speech. The reported, or we can call it also indirect speech. الكلام المباشر والكلام المنقول. So, what is the difference between the direct speech and the reported speech? The direct speech, number one, it is the actual words of the speaker are quoted as it is. So they are the words of the speaker as they are without any change on them. And number two, the direct speech is always placed in quotation marks. We put the direct speech between quotation marks, علامات اقتباس أو علامات تنصيص. But for the reported speech, number one, it is the actual words of the speaker, but they are transformed. How are they transformed? We're gonna see. Number two, we use the reported verbs like said and told to make a sentence reported or to report a direct speech sentence. So it means that we don't have quotation marks, or the reported speech sentence is not between quotation marks. Let's start with the first thing that we have to change. So to write a reported speech sentence, we have to change three things in the sentence. Number one, we have to change the tense. We have to change the tense. It means the time of the happening of the event or the action. Number two, the pronouns, الضمائر. And number three, the adverbs, whether they are adverbs of time or adverbs of a place like yesterday, tomorrow, we have to change them. So, I travel a lot in my job. We have this sentence. It is a direct speech sentence. So, these are the actual words of the speaker, and it is between quotation marks. So, I is the subject, travel is the verb, it is verb one. A lot in my job is the complement. We have to see, first of all, we have to look at the sentence. We have in the sentence the pronoun I and the pronoun my, the pronoun I and my. And the verb here is verb one. The verb is verb one. So we have to change this direct speech sentence into reported speech. The first thing we look at the reported sentence, Jamila said that. You can notice here we have Jamila said that. So Jamila is the subject who said this sentence, and said is the verb, and that is to link these two sentences together. So the first thing, I, who said I? It is Jamila. So Jamila حكت أنا. So أنا لما بدي أحكي عن Jamila, I will say هي. So Jamila said that. The I will be she. Travel, the verb one, it will be transformed into verb two. So she, the verb to from travel is traveled, since it is a regular verb. A lot in my job. Jamila said my job. I will say her job. A lot in her job. Sentence number two. I work in a bank. So we have to divide the sentence first. I is the subject. Work is the verb, verb one. In a bank is the complement. So let's have a look on the reported sentence. Daniel said that. So since Daniel is a boy, the I will be he. The I will be he. Daniel حكى عن نفسه أنا. So أنا لما بدي أحكي عن دانيال راح أحكي هو. So that he, the verb one work will become worked in a bank. He worked in a bank. So we can sum up for the first thing that the I will be she or he only, and the verb one or the simple present verb, verb one or verb one with S, we will change it into verb two or into simple past. So simple present verb or simple present verbs, they are going to be or to be transformed into simple past verbs, verb two, whether they are regular or irregular. Let's have the second part. The baby is sleeping now. The baby is sleeping now. So, as usual, we will divide the sentence. So, after I check it that it is a direct speech. So, they are the actual words of the speaker, and it is placed between quotation marks. The baby is the subject. Is sleeping is the verb. Is the helping verb, and sleeping is the main verb. And now is the adverb. It is an adverb of time. Adverb of time. So you can see that this sentence is a present continuous verb. It is a present continuous sentence. So we have is with verb ing. Is or am with verb ing. Present continuous. He told me that. So you can notice the change here when we use told. So when we use told needs an object, but that did not happen with said. So لما كنا نحكي he said directly that, but here he told me, it needs an object. He told me that the baby, the noun, it will stay as it is. رح يبقى baby subject مثل ما هو. We're not going to replace it with a pronoun. ما بنبدله بpronoun. So that the baby. The past form of is was sleeping, and now will become then. Now will become then. So let's look at another example. I'm having a dinner with friends tonight. I is the subject. Am having is the verb together. Am is the helping verb and having is the main verb. A dinner with friends tonight. A dinner is an object with friends tonight, complement, but tonight is an adverb. We have to be careful for the adverbs and for the pronouns. So, John said that. John said I. So I will say he. The I, we will change it into he. That he. Am having is or am with verb ing. They will become was and were with verb ing. So he was having a dinner with friends. Tonight will become that night. Tonight, that night. Like today, it will also become that day. That day. So we can notice that present continuous sentences, they became past continuous sentences. We changed the is or am with verb ing into was and were with verb ing. So the verb ing stays, الverb ing بقي مثل ما هو, but we change what? Like we changed the helping verb into the past form. Let's now have a look on this sentence. He bought a new t-shirt yesterday. So you can notice the difference here. He is the subject. Bought is the verb to. It is the verb to from the verb buy. So buy, bought, verb to. A new t-shirt is the object And yesterday is the adverb. It is an adverb of time. So, Laura said that. So let's discuss something. So when we talk about two actions that happened in the past, one of them comes before the other one. واحد من هاي الأحداث إجا قبل الثاني. So what is the tense that we have to use? We're gonna say. So Laura said that he stays as it is. So he and she, we do not change them. That he. Both the verb to, it will become past perfect. Past perfect. Had with the verb 3. He had, and the verb 3 from bought is bought. He had bought a new t-shirt. What about yesterday, the adverb? So for yesterday and last and ago, we have to use before, because these actions happened in a time that passed before. So a new t-shirt the day before, the day before. So if it is last week, we will change it into the week before. Last night, the night before. 2 days ago, 2 days before, okay? So let's have another example. I wrote for my grandma last week. I is the subject. Wrote is the verb to from the verb write. For my grandma is the object, is the complement, but my is a pronoun. We have to be careful for it. Last week is the adverb. Sarah told me that. Since Sarah told me, the I will become she. Wrote, the verb to, simple past. It will become past perfect. Had, verb 3 from write, wrote, written. Write, wrote, written. She had written for my grandma. Sarah said my grandma. حكت جدتي. أنا شو بدي أحكي؟ جدتها. So for her, grandma, the week before, because it happened in a past time. So the simple past verb or the verb to, whether it is regular or irregular, we're gonna change it into past perfect, Had plus verb 3.